fuck is good, yo? Your boy Mike Sears, Speak Your Clout podcast, Bendable representative, and I'm here to do an album review, man. Speak Your Clout, short little hiatus, the everyday Saturday show, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will return back next Saturday, so be on the lookout for that. But without further ado, I'm here to talk about Conway the Machine from King to a God, the latest studio album from Griselda's illest in my opinion. My favorite rapper walking the planet is Conway the Machine. If you know me personally, you know that. If you listen to the podcast, you know that. You know, ever since 2015, when I first hit Rex Ryan, I knew something was up with this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is an upper echelon MC and needs to be treated as such. And everybody and their motherfucking mama right now is reviewing this record. Non-Conway fans, you know, fake motherfuckers that just want to get views are reviewing this. But also, you got the real heads reviewing this. You know what I mean? The Fuck You Mean podcast with Money Miz and Luke Cage. PSA Hip Hop. Shout out to the homie Vegas Hip Hop Now. You know, couple others I may fuck with, but you got a lot of dudes that don't know shit just reviewing this, and it's kind of corny. So, I'm a fucking Griselda Records enthusiast. You know, I wear that proud. So I figured out, you know, I'll review this record. I was going to review it anyway. But I gotta review this because this body of work is arguably his best. You know what I mean? Like, my favorite Conway album is Reject 2. You know, it's not a official studio album, you know what I mean? Some call it a mixtape. I don't. That's a fucking, it's like a street album or some shit to me, you know what I mean? And then GOAT was always considered his album, you know what I mean? His first studio album, if I'm, you know, serves me correct, but this is being pushed as his first official studio album, so hey, it's the debut album of Conway, you know what I mean? I consider GOAT it, but this does sound a more cohesive project than GOAT, even though there's not one bad track on GOAT, in my opinion, but it's either here or there. Now, Conway been promoting this album forever, you know, for a very long time, and it's so beautiful to see it come to the light, and it's just a fantastic album, man. You know, it's amazing. Let's get to it, you know, without further ado. So the album starts off with From King. We get word from a philosopher of some sort. The cinematic beat from Damager comes through. That shit is crazy. And Conway just starts killing shit. You know? We at your baby mama house cooking raw in the kitchen. And when I'm done cooking, I made that bitch wash the dishes. Dope, man. I love that line. We get a clip of Kevin Nash. You know, this guy to be like 96, 97. You know, peak NWO era. Talking that talk. You know? Tony Schiavone commentating as well. It's just a phenomenal song. Like I said, it's cinematic. You know, Damager did his thing on that. And the sound quality on this album, I don't know who engineered it, but it is amazing. You know what I mean? Love this album so much. You know? And what a way to start it. You know? What a great way to start it, man. So that's From King. And it transitions so well to Fear of God, the second track, featuring Dej Loaf. Super dope beat by Hit Boy. Lyrically, Khan delivers incredibly. You know, you just killing shit on here. We built the whole Griselda house with our own hands. We did it from nothing. I mean, Wes owned the land, but I did the construction. Amazing. Amazing. You know, at first, I didn't like the Dej Loaf part. I hated it, you know. Now I actually like it. It grew on me. Is she amazing? No. Still kind of whack voice? Yes. But you know what? I like her part in this. It's, I don't know. Hearing it with the album, things can change. And Fear of God is fucking a perfect song. Hit Boy on the production is just immaculate. Conway comes through with this killing shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, Fear of God featuring Days Loaf, amazing song, great song. Then we get Lemon featuring Method Man. Love that menacing beat by Damager and Beat Butcher. Khan sets it off lovely. Khan is just so lyrical on this record, man. He really is. Put a 6 on the dot like Julius Erving. You know, you gotta be a sports fan to get that reference, you know? Put a 6 on the dock like Julius Erving. That shit is crazy. Love that line. The Method Man spits an absolute incredible verse. I love that shit when he was like Capone and Noriega watching CNN. Black whip, black tints. Y'all like CNN? It's Con and Meth. Spread the word, boy. It's C and M. No C in them. These rappers in the scope, you'll never see an M. Like, amazing. Such a superb song. The illest verse, Meth spitting fucking years. I'm not one of them niggas that thinks Method Man got no good album. I worship Tikal. I think Tikal is dark, grimy. I think he penned that shit lovely. It's a beautiful album in my opinion. And Judgment Day, Tikal 2000 or some shit it's called. That's my shit, man. Like, a lot of skits, yes, but that album is superb, man. I don't give a fuck. I worship Judgment Day. So, yeah, Meth is amazing to me. Even though it has a lot of stinkers after that. Not a lot, but, you know. Prequel that comes to mind. And 421 was decent, you know. But this ain't a Method Man show, I'm just saying. Meth is one of my favorites, and he bodied shit on there. He absolutely tore that apart, you know what I mean? Dope verse from Method Man. Conway just fucking spazzing. Damage and Beat Butcher with an amazing fucking beat. I love this song. I played it when it was a single. And with the album, it sounds even better. You know what I mean? And now we get to Doe and Damani. Boy, oh boy. I've been playing this shit over and over again. An elegant beat by The Alchemist. You know, Con flowing over it effortlessly. Half a brick on the table, I know it ain't gonna last. So much fish scale. The shit looking like a plate of bass. Like, amazing wordplay from Con. The beat switch is amazing. Starts with a super ill beat by Damager. Love the sample from Juice, you know, when Raheem, Bishop, and Steel, and Q was about getting the gun before they robbed old man Quilles. And, you know, Q's like, why this nigga gotta hold the gun? And, you know, Bishop goes, because I already got it, motherfucker. You know, and they sampled that in there. And then Conway with that, I already got it. I already got it. You know, it's just so fucking ill. I love that shit. Shit is hard as fuck. One of my favorites off the record, easily. Shit is bananas. Doing Damani, produced by Alchemist and Damager. Phenomenal. Shit is great. And then we get the Juvenile Hell featuring Havoc, Flea Lord, and Lloyd Banks. Havoc on the production and the hook. Like, we get an ill, hell on earth feeling to the beat, in my opinion. Excellent job, Havoc, you know what I mean? Flea Lord caught a fucking body. My Cali homie lurking with the blicky and his dickies, motherfucker. You know, like, oh my goodness. Flea Lord is an amazing artist. I think he puts out way too much material. He needs to slow down, give us a fucking 16 piece, and have the songs at a 2 to 3 minute rate with 2 verses, you know, and give us some good quality, because he got way too much shit. But Flea Lord is amazing. You know, Lloyd Banks, Jesus Christ, he decimates this track. Sounding like 04 Banks, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't the first collab Conway did with Lloyd Banks. He did Bullet Club featuring Benny, the Butcher, and Lloyd Banks off the Go album. And Banks came correct on that, Jesus Christ, you know. But this verse, oh my God. Banks annihilates shit on here. He goes ham, you know what I mean? And he set it off, he ended it lovely. Conway set it off lovely too, you know. Juvenile Hell, you know, Take on Words, that's Mobb Deep's first album from 1993. And my goodness, like this shit is absolute flames. Alright? Juvenile Hell, man. Amazing track featuring Havoc, Flea Lord and Lloyd Banks, produced by Havoc too. Incredible. Then we get Words from Shay, interlude. The late great DJ Shay talking about how he respects Conway's lyricism and his work ethic. R.I.P. DJ Shay. I love how Conway fit that in here. Then we get Frontlines, which is a single that came out, and I listened to it only a couple of times. I loved it, but hearing it with the album, it sounds even more better. Super hard beat by Beat Butcher. The joint is nuts. Conway touching on niggas giving rat ass Tekashi a pass, you know. Also touches on the George Floyd tragedy and all the political shit. You know, I like how they added a clip from the protest in Minnesota, I think it was. But, yeah, Frontlines is crazy hard. And I'm glad he spoke on that issue, you know what I mean? Because niggas be like, Conway's one-dimensional. He just talks about doing drug deals and killing niggas and blah, blah, blah. But he does something like this and it's dope, you know what I mean? Love it. Frontlines. It needed to be talked about, man. Fuck the punk police. All that shit. Fuck crooked cop, you know what I mean? Then we get Anza featuring Amani Caesar, you know, the first lady of Griselda. Shout out to Keisha Plum, but, you know, first lady of Griselda that actually raps, you know what I mean? I love how Conway switched his flow up on here. You know, dope trap beat as well. Amani came correct on this joint as well. I fucks with it, man. I really do. A lot of people don't like trap Conway. I like, you know, but cocaine paid my mama bills. Off food too. Half of it, you know, I like when Con gets in that bag, you know. And Anza is a dope ass track. I fucks with it heavy. Produced by Murder Beats, I believe, yeah. So yeah, Anza featuring Monty Caesar. Dope track. I fucks with that. And we get into, oh my god. Yo. $500 ounces of What's That Guns Pray for Paris. J. Royale, Reefer Clouds of the Baltimore Housing Project. Ransom, JD's Revenge. Those are some of my top songs of the year, like Stove God Cooks, John Starks. But, yo, this is definitely up there for one of my favorite songs of the year. Seen Everything But Jesus featuring Freddie Gibbs. Absolutely adore this joint. Gave me 50 Cent vibes when Con was singing. Con speaking on life's ills on this track. You know, he annihilated lyrically. I'm from a sturdy block, ducking the dirty cops. Made a fortune with the fork in a dirty pot. I swear I did a lot. Like, Jesus. You know, Freddie Gibbs did his thing on the track too. You know, a lot of people saying he sound like Zero on that track. You know, Zero from, you know, I think it's from Houston, maybe. I'm not a big Zero fan like that, meaning I don't think he's whack. I know one album from him. It's his first album that came out in '98, so it was fire. But yeah, I gotta look into more Zero. But yeah, people said he kind of channeled his inner Zero. But whatever. Freddie did a great job, man. Did a fantastic job on that. Absolutely worship this song. You know, it's such a good record. It really is. I think Beat Butcher did that production on that record. It's so good, you know what I mean? Maybe people don't like the singing. I love the singing. I think it's great, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Seen Everything But Jesus featuring Freddie Gibbs. Amazing song. Then we get Words from Shay, Interlude 2. DJ Shay speaking on the future of Griselda, you know. Dope little interlude. Then it leads into Spurs 3. Featuring Westside Gunn and Benny the Butcher. Another one of my favorite songs of the year, period. Menacing beat by Beat Butcher. Conway executed this track I don't want to rap. I don't want to dap you niggas. I honestly don't give a fuck about. He said, I honestly don't give no fucks about being friends with the rapper nigga. Like, I love how Khan mentioned Joe Budden, Mal, Elliott Wilson, and B-Dot, and other hip hop personalities. And he's just saying, ask them. They'll tell you that a lot of these rapping niggas are sounding a little more Griselda-esque. You know what I mean? Like, which is true. It's definitely true. Weston Benny came correct. Benny scorched it. I had to dodge a lot of questions from Crooked Homicide Detectives. Incredible track. Like Spurs 1, that was on Reject on Steroids featuring Benny. And then Spurs 2 was on more steroids featuring Benny. And they added Westside to Spurs 3. And Jesus Christ. I don't know what you're going to call this shit, but it sounded like Spurs 3. Fucking Benny, man. Kill that shit. Spurs 3 is just haunting. Shout out to Beat Butcher, man. That shit is nuts. Nuts. Spurs 3 I will play every fucking day. That shit is that fucking putting your fucking champion hoodie on, tying that shit tight from the hoodie portion of the fucking hood, you know what I mean? Just with the fucking Timberlands on. Get that ratchet on you. You see a nigga you don't like and you put him down. Like, that's that type of shit. I don't condone violence, but that puts you in that motherfucking mood. Spurs 3, you know what I mean? Spurs 3 is stupid. It's ridiculously dope. So, yeah, amazing track. Then we get Forever Dropping Tears featuring El Camino. Forever Dropping Tears is one of my favorite tracks on the album. It's such a beautiful song. Conway pouring his heart out, talking about fallen homies and the passing of DJ Shay. Such an amazing track. El Camino did a fucking fantastic job on the chorus as well. I think Camino did a tremendous job on the chorus, you know what I mean? Some people may not like Camino singing. I fucking do. Vino D. Fucking friend of foe off his Walking on Water album. I love his singing. It's dope as fuck. Shout out to Camino. Forever Dropping Tears is a favorite. I know a lot of people are loving that. Produced by Eric Sermon and Rockwilder. Amazing. That song just gives me chills. It really does. It's such a good song. Now we get Jesus Crisis. Excellent beat by Crisis, man. Conway bodies this shit lyrically. I'm the new Jim Jones, Capo and Louis. Don't fuck around and get shot on your kufi. I be rocking this jewelry. A lot of supermodels try to seduce me. Jesus Christ. It's just amazing. He's like, off the shit I jotted on loose leaf. She gonna bring a friend with her, so I get a 2-piece. Like, the nigga is just incredible with the pen. Elite lyricism from Machine on this joint. He's like, I'm in my reject bag. My devil's reject bag. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is superb. Okay? It's listed as a bonus track, but it's part of the album too for me. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is phenomenal, man. It's such a good song. Such a good song. And then we end it with Nothing Less, produced by DJ Premier. Immaculate beat by DJ Premier. It's crazy. DJ Premier is my favorite producer of all time. Period. Over everybody, right? And Conway the Machine is my favorite rapper right now. Period. So, I'm in heaven with this track. Conway kills this shit. Can't get to you, then we whacking your daughter. Probably wrap her in a carpet, let her body go splash in the harbor. Like, Conway is unbelievable on this record. Unbelievably lyrical on this album, man. I just can't get enough of this album. It's insane. This is the portion of the show where I give you my top 3 tracks and my rating of the album, like the sauce, you know what I mean? I take the 5 mic rating and do it like that. So top 3 tracks. For me, it's hard, you know what I mean? But if I really had to go, it would definitely be Doe and Damani, number 1. That beat switch from Damager is insane. Then it would be Juvenile Hell featuring Havoc, Flea Lord, Lloyd Banks. That shit is like some 1996 fucking Hell on Earth vibes. I fucking worship it. And then the third would be Spurs 3 featuring his crew, Griselda, Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher. Westside Gun being his brother, Benny the cousin. Niggas know that. So, family on that track, and that shit is insane. That beat is just fucking smack a nigga up type music, and I love it. You know what I mean? This record is phenomenal. It's 5 mics for me, yes. It's a 5 mic album, okay? I love every single song. And Conway's discography is something of legend, okay? The Food series, Food 1 and 3, Reject 2, The Devil's Rejects, the first one, Reject on Steroids, More Steroids, fucking Look What I Became, on and on. This guy, Black Tape, to me, there's not one whack Conway project, you know what I mean? There's some better than others, but they're not. There's no whack ones. I don't think I even hit a whack Conway song. Maybe the shit off Food 3 with Burner. But I like Conway's verse, you know what I mean? Like, this dude is like Ghostface Killer from like 96 to 2008 or whatever. When the Big Dope Rehab come out? 07? Because Ghostface Killer's in my top 3, you know what I mean? So he never disappointed for so long. And Conway never disappointed for so long. I ain't talking about Conway and Ghost's styles, they're totally different MCs. I'm talking about their discography and how they barely disappointed me for a long time, and Conway never disappointed me. And this record right here, this is which it is, it's considered his debut album. It's a fucking masterpiece, and what a way to go, man. What a way to go. GOAT I always thought was his album, but apparently this is his official studio album, and I'm not mad at that at all. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. 5 out of 5. 5 mics. Top 3 songs, Doe and Damani, Juvenile Hell, and Spurs 3. Absolutely adore this album. Conway, the Machine from King to a God. I really hope that he presses this on CD. I know, I forgot the name of the fucking vinyl company. Something Deep Wrinkle or some shit like that. I can't even fucking remember. But, they are pressing that up. So, on vinyl. But I want the CDs. So please press CDs, Con. Please. So with that being said, Conway the Machine from King to a God, a 5 mic album, will be in the rotation from fucking many years to come. This dude is the fucking GOAT right now. My favorite rapper to walking the planet right now is Conway the Machine from King to a God. So there you have it. Top 3 album of the year too, in my opinion. I listened to it a bunch. I'm probably on my fucking 10th listen. Amazing. This gives you that feel of when CDs, like you would wait. That's how I would do. When a new album came out, right? I would get the fucking newspaper and get the Best Buys out, the Circuit Cities, and look what's coming out. You know what I mean? They would have that. I would get so excited. I already knew what was coming out, right? But just to see the CD there, I'd be ecstatic. And then I would go that Tuesday. Niggas know about Tuesdays. Real niggas know about Tuesdays. And I would just buy new albums, taking that shrink wrap off. That's that feeling this gives you. Alright? It really does. From King to a God. Like if this came out when I was in high school or something, all my niggas be bumping it. There's no question, you know what I mean? Like, this album is superb. 5 out of 5. Brilliant album, yo. So peep, Conway the Machine from King to a God. Griselda Records is unstoppable, yo. For real. So I will see you niggas on the flip side. And that's it. Peace, y'all.